There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Mail Live with San Mateo Municipal College. And today, we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, NTT Data, Inspiro, and Ernst. So before we start, may we invite everyone for the opening prayer followed by singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him, all
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Thank you so much. And hello, welcome back everyone. Good morning sa lahat ng manonood ngayon. Keep safe kung maulan man sa inyong lugar. Okay, by the way, my name is Maria and I will be your host for today. We are live again via Jobs 180 Facebook and Jobs 180 YouTube. We hope that everyone is ready and excited to learn new things today. Thank you so much. And guys, to officially start our session, may we invite Ms. Norina C. Bautista, this school guidance counselor, to give us the opening remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Today is a unique opportunity to form partnerships between potential employers and employees with the coordination, of course, of Jobs180.com. Entering work life after completed studies is a two-way process. As student, you need to make yourselves attractive to employers, but companies have to make an equal effort to attract the best students. So in this event, you will have the opportunity to meet future sponsors, reputable and well-established companies, representatives, and some of the most influential individuals in our community. Meeting them, you will be inspired to work hard and commit to the pursuit of your future goals. Knowing or determining where you want to go and how to get there will most certainly facilitate your search for the right and most suitable career that will help you enrich and make a difference in our community. I would like to extend my deep thanks and utmost appreciation on behalf of San Mateo Municipal College family to Jobs180.com and to all participants who made this event possible. Thank you so much muli. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Norina, for gracing the event and for your motivational message. Thank you so much once again. And as usual for our audience today, please do not forget to comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type it to the comment section so we can read them after the talk, or we can answer them after the talk. Q&A will happen after each speaker's presentation. So don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too. So kung wala pa sila, tawagin nyo na, no? Sayang naman kung mamimiss nila tong event natin. Also, don't forget that our evaluation and attendance will be released at the end of this session also. Okay? So if you guys are ready, here is our schedule for today. Job applications using resume link from jobs180.com. Leadership and innovation in the new future, how to navigate your way to a better career from NTT Data. Leading without the title, how to make a difference regardless of the position from Inspiro. Maximizing the best of both worlds, challenges and expectations of working in a hybrid setup from Ernst. All right. Shout out to everyone in Andito na. Good morning once again. And for those students who are just joined and no, please don't forget to comment your name, your years, and your course. And also, don't forget to type your question or post it sa ating comment section. All right. This is your chance to ask before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. Okay, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all #learn together. So guys, I know you are excited. So kilalanan na po natin ang ating unang speaker. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resources speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from Jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, the floor is yours.
Hey everyone, good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply, no? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Di ba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay? So, this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called Resume Link. Resume Link, by definition, is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Now, okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J. O kaya J Santos. O kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobs180.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs on 80. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga company. So, sayang naman, di ba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step after you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password. Na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas na miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba? Antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo. No, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social-civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi porkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na at the minimum. You know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Sabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, 'di ba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. 'Di ba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man 'yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yun talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that. put that there. Okay? Kung mayroong mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, ito pa. Ba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag nating selfie video. Nowadays, I think it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Diba? Ano yung matiyatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Diba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O ganun, diba? So depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, diba? Na napag-aralan, diba? So gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O diba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming storbo. Diba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig. Diba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari, nasa biyahe. Diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the resume link is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, di ba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, hindi yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay, huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the resume link is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae, in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think, babae ako. Di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris. Nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick. O, di ba? Joey. I would assume lalaki. Yung pala, babae. O, di ba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now, you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong Sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now, let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong iExpert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa'yo ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo, as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at doon ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo on or off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang. You can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public. Kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information. And in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yan ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs.at.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? O kaya ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs.at.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs.at.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, and when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang bibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, Dear HR Manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, jobs.at.com, send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file, diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na may HR. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume. Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume. I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras yan, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O, di ba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So, kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, di ba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O, di ba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O, di ba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, ang tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang naman normal business cards natin. Diba? So, depende. So, maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so, after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20, bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print 1 long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet? Kailangan ng pang-load. Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, resume link na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, di ba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Di ba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, di ba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anong version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide from north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin resume link. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the resume link. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control, sino bibigyan mo nun? Ikaw lang ang magbibigay, diba? So ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs 180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala, anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details niyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? O, di ba? Char-char lang yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim, for sharing us the most secure tools in creating a resume. So, guys, for those who who are not finished yet creating your resume link, please do not forget to visit www.jobs180.com and click register. Thank you so much. So for those who have questions po, you may post it now sa ating comment section. All right. Sir Kim, here are the offline questions po while waiting for their questions. Yes po. What can you recommend, sir, to those students na wala pang work experience para mag-stand out po yung resume link nila?
For those students na wala pang work experience, they can use yung mga extracurricular activities sila sa school. Kung meron silang mga ibang activities outside of school na mga example, naging active sila sa kanilang organization or nag-head sila ng certain project or gawa sila nag-join sila ng mga sideline or racket. Yan, they can also put it there to highlight yung mga pinaggagawa nila to showcase their skills. Yan. So those are my tips for that.
Thank you, sir, Sir Kim. Paano naman po sila magiging updated, sir, sa mga new career opportunities po?
The best way to do that is when they log into their dashboard, they will be seeing iba-ibang mga companies na nag-match sa profile, tsaka mga position na nag-match sa profile nila. So, ang recommend ko is regularly they have to check their Jobs 180 na resume link. Ayan. Para makita nila, maraming mga feed na pumapasok, iba-ibang mga possible trabaho. Yan. Kahit walang correct sa course, yung iba dyan ay connected doon sa kanilang skills. Yan. So, pwede rin nila applyan yun.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. And question din po, are there any particular industries po where jobs180.com has been particularly successful po in matching job seekers with employers?
There are a lot of industries. If you check out the link, no, the one you're seeing here that's being scrolled sa screen, you go check out schools.jobs180.com/SMMC for San Mateo Municipal College. You can check out maraming mga companies nandyan na naghahanap ng mga opportunities sa iba-ibang mga industries, iba-ibang position. So, to answer your question, yung how successful it is, then it also depends on the job seeker side. Kasi ikaw bilang aplikante, when you're going to submit your resume link, you also need to do your research. Huwag yung click na click or apply na hindi man lang inaalam kung ano yung pinapasukan. Syempre, the chances of you, numbers game pa rin yan. No? The more, parang ano lang to yung anong sabi, the more entries you give, the more chances of winning. Eto, hindi naman to contest. Pero the more companies you apply to or the more positions you apply to, then definitely statistics will tell you that the more number you apply to, the more chances that you get you'll be called by the HR. Pero hindi exactly na you'll be hired, 'di ba? So kung ang habol mo dito is mataas yung hiring percentage mo, yung percentage para ma-hire ka, then you have to research about the position and the company you're applying for, 'di ba? Just to make sure lang na alam mo talaga yung pinapasukan mo at pasok siya doon sa skill sets mo. That way, you will have a higher chance of being hired. Yan po. Okay? So I hope na-answer ko yung
Thank
tanong
you
ni Ms.
so
Maria.
Yes, sir, that is correct po. Yes po, I think that will be my last question, Sir Kim. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you again to our next set of webinars po.
Okay. Sige po. Maraming salamat. Stay safe, everyone.
With jobs180.com, please do not forget to visit www.jobs180.com/jobs180. All right, so we are now going to proceed with our second speaker with the topic leadership and innovation in the new future, how to navigate your way to a better career. She has 10 years Miss Precious Cruz, Guingania. Hi, Miss Precious. Good morning po.
Hi, good morning, Maria. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you can share your screen na po.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible, Maria.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, since your screen is up, I'll be right back after 20 minutes for your Q&A. Good luck, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. So again, good morning, everybody. I am Precious, and I am a talent acquisition specialist in NTT Data Services. And I'm going to talk about leadership and innovation in the future. So, how to navigate your way to a better career. All right. So remember the year 2020. So there's no question that COVID-19 pandemic has transformed all aspects of our lives, including how we work. And of course, if you could still remember when you were studying, there's been a switch or a shift into the ways of how we do things. So from the corporate perspective, millions of people have been laid off. Companies have tightened their budgets, and some industries were upended overnight. Meanwhile, employees have to quickly adapt to working remotely. For others, man, the sudden job market shift has made it necessary to change careers or industries altogether. These developments have led to a tremendous amount of uncertainty, but at the same time, they've created unique opportunities for those who are willing to adapt. So, what does this mean for you? You might personally feel like you don't know what to do next after you graduate, and you're certainly not alone. It can be difficult to know how to get to your next step, but remember that you are about to build your career foundation. So it may seem a little hazy right now, but it's important to figure out how can you make the best of this situation so you can start making progress towards your goals. Right. So here are the five key areas that I'd like to discuss with you. So being intentional about your work and life goals, your skill sets, be a key resource for your company's visibility and exposure, and being a networker, which I'll be discussing one by one. So first, be intentional about your work and life goals. So how? First is to set clear goals and define the steps to get there. It is essential that you're specific about what you want to do and what do you want to achieve. This means setting clear goals and defining steps to get there. So ask yourself, what exactly do you want to do? What exactly do you want to be? Do you want to establish your own business? Do you want to go abroad? Do you want to work in a corporate setting, or do you want to build your own software? Um, Ask yourself, what exactly do you want to do? And then from there, create a plan for yourself with actions you'll take. Put deadlines in place to keep you on track. And don't forget to track your progress and accomplishments. By doing so, you'd see how much or how far you've already gone. And then the next is level up your skill sets. So, one of the best ways to prepare yourself for the next steps in your career is to enhance your skill sets. Perhaps you already know what you need to improve on, but if you don't know yet, start asking yourself, or you should ask a mentor what you should focus on. If you're unsure where to start, look at what the experts say are the top skills for the years and beyond. Not surprisingly, innovation and technology are featured prominently no matter what your role is. It can't hurt to gain an understanding of what's new or emerging in your industry. With respect to your soft skills, remember the importance of creativity, teamwork, adaptability, and emotional intelligence. These are usually what leaders are looking for in a candidate. Also, one skill that everyone has need to become adept is the communication skills. Trust me when I say that this is your ticket to your next big thing. How you're able to communicate your thoughts will make you an impression. Third is being a key resource in your company. So let's say you've already landed the job. So next is to be again a key resource in your company. Stay on top of the latest news and trends. So there's always something happening in your industry or among your competitors. Make it a habit to stay on top of the latest news and trends. Share this insight as it makes sense. Being future ready and future and forward thinking will make others look to you as a source of new ideas and opportunities. Perhaps you want to take a step further. If it makes sense to your role, with the knowledge and skills you have, you could propose a program that solves a specific problem or identify ways to streamline certain processes. It's not always easy to pinpoint areas of improvement, nor it is easy to define and implement solutions. Demonstrating these skills will position you as a leader, problem solver, and a critical thinker. Next is boost your visibility and exposure. Going hand in hand with becoming a key resource is increasing your visibility as much as possible. As a first step, engage in all aspects of meetings, phone calls, and emails. Try to come up with comments or questions so you're seen as an adding value. Another way to gain more exposure is by taking on tasks outside your job description. You might want to offer to mentor employees, contribute to an employee resource group, or help another team meet deadline. Whatever route you decide to pursue, try to seek out work where you're most likely to shine. It's helpful to gain exposure outside your company. Make it a habit to post ideas and articles in social media and comment on posts from industry insiders, experts, and influencers. And then lastly, be a master networker. In general, it's a great idea to grow your and nurture your network by building it now. The easiest way to do this is by adding new connections. But you might also want to try reconnecting with your classmates and colleagues from your previous roles. You never know where they ended up or what doors they could open for you. Professionals or trade organizations are another great way to expand your network, and you'll also benefit from the development opportunities they typically provide. While networking can go a long way, you might find that you want to invest a bit more on your career progression. See if your company offers a mentorship program and request to be matched with someone at least a level above you. Or you could consider hiring a career or business coach who can help answer questions, make connections, and provide guidance and motivation. Self reflection and growth can be nourished by talking with people who are invested in you and who've had similar experiences. So, just to summarize, adapt now to set yourself up for success. So while pandemic has brought about unprecedented change to the business world, it also has created opportunities. By showcasing your ability to navigate through these uncertain times, you'll put yourself on the path for a promotion or a new role, even if it doesn't happen overnight. So be patient and proactive. Set your goals yourself, learn a new skill, nurture your relationships, and make sure your contributions are seen. Above all, make sure you are seen as adaptable and forward thinking. These are the traits that everyone needs in order to succeed right now. And that's it from my end. If you want to do more about NTT data services, you can visit our site and jobs and our Jobs 180 site.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Precious, for your discussion. It's a short discussion, but it's very helpful to our dear students. Thank you so much for that, Pop. Yes, guys, if you have questions with Ma'am Precious, please do not forget to post it sa ating comment section. And Mom, here are the offline questions po for you. Okay, because you mentioned po earlier about good, communication skills, no, ma'am. How to reach naman po a good communication?
I think first one is to actually assess yourself. First, how you assess yourself. Try recording yourself when you are speaking the language, English language, and then practice lang in speaking the language. If you think that there are areas of improvement, or based on your observation when you were speaking, read movies, watch movies, read books aloud so that you can hear yourself. Remember that we are looking, or in terms of communication skills, we are looking for fluency, how you speak, your pronunciation, and of course, grammar. So basically, yun naman yung tinitingnan for the communication skills.
Thank you so much po, ma'am. And next question po, how to raise your profile at work po?
Sorry,
How to raise your profile at work?
out at work.
Yes po.
Okay, so again, part of my discussion is actually about being seen. Be engaged in everything. Share relevant information that you know that might help you, the industry, the organization, your team itself. And don't forget to, again, level up your skill sets. Ano ba yung mga na-level up mo sa skills mo? Ano pa ba yung areas of improvement mo? Because as professionals, you don't just be you don't stop at your just level. This is a continuous growth
Mhm.
in our professional career. So always, level up, be engaged, and be a networker, because yung network natin, it's our gem. Being able to be connected to people, not just industry related, because like for example, if you need someone to, who's good at researching, you might know someone researching, or if you have connections in the HR, if you're looking for a job, or someone who's into the HR, you could connect with that person. Para it's basically connections. Someone who's good at this stuff, or engineering, or hospitality, something like that. So it's very important also that we have good connections, wide connections, kasi we would never know kung ano yung opportunities, or the doors that might open because of that person.
That's right, ma'am. Thank you so much po. And the last question na lang po sa akin, ma'am. For those who are interested to apply with NTT Data, what other expectations po they can get from your company once they get hired po?
Sure, opportunities wise, just so you know, we have a lot of openings for entry levels, and we mostly hire entry levels because we hire higher levels from within. So, the career growth in NTT Data is very promising, because, again, we hire internally for promotions, and we always keep, your performance. We always have to check your performance and see if, to see growth opportunities for you, so you won't stuck in a same level, or in the same position. And we provide growth for you.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Precious. Thank you so much for that po. Ma'am, I think that will be our last question. Medyo mahiya ng ating audience today. Wala silang comments. Wala silang questions, no? But thank you so much po for joining us today, and we are looking forward to have you again to our next set of webinars in the future po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Precious.
All right, thank you then. Welcome, bye-bye.
Yes, but have a great day, ma'am. Yes, guys, don't forget to visit their career site. Just visit www.jobs180.com/NTT data po. All right, thank you so much. Yes, we are now going to our next guest speaker, leading without the title, How to Make a Difference Regardless of the Position. She took up Bachelor of Arts in Entrepreneurship back in Quezon City University, also worked as a customer service agent for 3 months, currently part of Inspiro, and is one of the lead recruiters in candidate engagement. She is also known as Mikay B, a rising Filipina YouTuber who does song covers and writes her own songs and up to date. She has some remarkable performances with other Filipino talents. The candidate engagement supervisor of Inspiro, Miss Micaela Mikay Bobis. Good morning, ma'am.
Alright, so good morning guys. Good morning
Yes,
sa lahat ng
ma'am. Good
viewers natin
morning po.
dyan. Okay, so good morning guys, and let's start this. Okay, so medyo natagilid ang aking phone. Alright,
I can see your
okay,
screen niya po. So I'll be right back after 20 minutes for your Q&A. Good luck po.
okay. Alright, Okay, so let's start, guys. So, before we start, I would like to introduce myself. So, my name is Micaela Popis, and you can call me Miss Mikay. And I hope and I hope everyone is having a great day so far. And first, I would like to thank Jobs 180 as well and San Mateo Municipal College. So for having us, Inspiro as your speaker today, no. And our discussion will be about leading without a title. So medyo mabigat yung mga responsibility ng mga walang title, no? Pero nagli-lead pa rin. Alright, so let's start. Okay. So leadership is not about a title or a destination. So it's about impact, influence, inspiration, or impact involves getting results, and influence is about spreading the passion that you have for work, and you have to inspire your teammates and customers. Sabi ni Robin S. Sharma. And for the slide, author na si Robin Sharma once said leadership is not about the title destination. Yun yung sa pagkakasabi niya dito sa quote niya. So in short, this is not about giving others or being in charge. So leadership is attitude, or it's an intuition that is crafted over time, and a leader is infectiously motivated, and it is truly passionate about achieving success. And for this slide, okay, so what is a leadership as a skill? Yan. So, punta na tayo dito. So, leadership is a soft skill that you can show even you are not directly managing others. So, soft skills are defined as personal qualities that determine how someone works on their own and can collaborate with other people, no? And also commonly referred as people skills, so yung tatawag nating interpersonal skills. Pag sinabi nating interpersonal, if we can refresh our school days before, no? Interpersonal and intrapersonal. Pag sinabi natin interpersonal, this is the communication where exchanging of ideas and information between two or more people. 'Di ba? So, ni-refresh ko lang kayo ng konti, guys. Okay. So, in short, um, for this one, those with strong leadership skills will have the ability to empower others din, syempre, 'di ba? And to lead teams to success, making it more particularly after the skill for employers. Alright, napakaganda naman ng topic natin na to. Okay. So what are the most important leadership skills and how you can apply them? Okay, una natin dyan is decision making. So, decisiveness is a vital leadership skills that it can help move projects and along faster and improve efficiently. And then, syempre, to show that you can make efficient decisions na rin to pull from other your own experience with similar tasks and evaluate what might works best, diba? And once you have made a decision, you make sure that you're confident in taking responsibility for the result, even if doesn't always go as planned. And second one, creativity. Lahat tayo merong creativity side. So, good leaders are creative. So, lahat naman tayo, creative tayo in some aspects. Ako, hindi lang naman ako creative in singing. Meron din ako sa leadership kasi madalas leader ako sa school before. Pero, um, creative din naman ako in some aspects. Pero hindi lang doon uh, what do you call this one, hindi lang doon umiikot. So, kailangan maging flexible din tayo sa ibang creativity sides natin. So, they're always coming up with innovative ways to overcome challenges and achieve results. Totoo yan. Kasi yung pagiging creativity natin, madalas yung pa yung nagsasalba sa atin sa ibang aspects ng pagdedesisyon natin. And then, you can apply creativity to many situations in workplace. So, hindi lang sa self natin, pati sa workplace natin. And it's all about coming up with new ideas, possibilities, and responsibilities. And for communication. So communication and leadership go hand in hand. So to be more effective communicator, you need to be able to listen, syempre, and to take board what other people say. So hindi lang naman tayo nakikinig. So kailangan gawin din natin siya. And it's more important to show you don't just have to good the communication with your team, but also sa business na itatayo nyo, syempre yan, as a Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. So, since business yung kinuha ko, ang communication, that's a vital part of the business talaga. Paano kung hindi ka marunong makipag-communicate with your business partners? So, may hirapan mong intindihin yung mga other business partners and co-workers at yung mga iba pang shareholders mo, 'di ba? So, yun yung sinasabi ng mga Bachelor of Arts in Communication. Kung wala kang good communication then, so syempre, you're having a hard time to have good business partners na rin. Pero nasa sa'yo na rin yan. So, galingan natin sa communication. Alright, so empathy. So, in business, it can be useful to put yourself in other shoes. Yan, para malaman natin kung paano yung situation na nangyayari sa buhay natin. 'Di ba? Maging katulad muna nila yung situation nila para maintindihan nila tayo. So, truly empathize with their perspective, and empathy and leadership contributes to a positive relationships na rin, which in turn drives better results, 'di ba? Parang sinasabi ng iba, pumesto ka muna kaya sa position ko para malaman mo yung nagiging situation ko. So, 'di ba? Para malaman nila kung ano yung pinagdadaanan din ng iba. Alright, so next one, problem solving. So it can help leaders to make quick decisions and resolve challenges na rin. So problem solving, it's all about using logic as well as yung creativity side natin, and to make sense of any situation and come up with the right solution. So almost all jobs, we all need some level of problem solving na rin, di ba? And it's important you to make expose yourself to new situations. So outside of the box para malaman natin mga ibang situations or level of situations sa buhay natin. So that will give you opportunity to practice your skills and help you to learn effective ways of overcoming bumps in the road. So
Hello, Ma'am Mikay. Are you all good po with your internet connection? Medyo nag-hang po yung videos niyo po. Oh, okay. I think so we will be playing po some videos. Ayan. Medyo andyan na siya. Hi, Ma'am Mikay. Good morning po. Are you all good po?
ayan. So, I think on my end po may problem. Okay, so don't mind na lang po yung mga background noises kasi I have cats here. Parang nag-aaway ata sila din. Okay, so I need to continue this one. Malapit na rin tayo matapos, guys. Ayan. So, medyo may mga background noises tayo maririnig.
All good naman po, all good.
Okay, let's continue this one. So, yeah, leading without a formal title again or position can be a challenging, but it's not impossible. So anyone can be a leader. So regardless of their job or title within on our organization. So ito yung mga madalas na murmurs na narinig natin. Pag ikaw yung tinuturo, ikaw na lang maging leader, ganyan, ganito. So it's so simple. Why doesn't anyone get it? And it's not my problem. Hindi ko yung problema. If it were my decision, I wouldn't do it in that way. Yung mga ganun tayong naririnig madalas. And I think I would make a much better leader. Yung mga ganun pa. So, only if they let me take control. 'Di ba? May mga iba nagmamarunong pero hindi naman sila, nagiging leader, pero kung sila yung i-appoint mong leader, medyo pinapasa nila yung responsibility. So, maraming mga sinasabi. Pero, yun, meron pa rin talaga tayo mga leadership skills sa lumalabas pagka ganyan. May iba volunteer na rin sila kapag wala talaga leader. So, title, that's not important talaga. Okay. So, yan. And let's look at some vital traits that can help you become an effective leader even without a formal title. So, una na dyan, itong practice before you preach. So, to be a good leader, you must learn to lead yourself, di ba? Taking time to understand your strengths, weaknesses, values, and then also yung goals, using the knowledge to guide actions and decisions. So, it also means setting high standards for yourself na rin, and striving to improve and grow continuously. All right. And for the second one, yeah, be your own mirror and who you are. By staying true to yourself and your beliefs, you can remain steadfast and determined. So, having a clear self of your self identity is crucial in the situation. So, as it allows you to assert yourself and your ideas in a way that others will respect and the rest will follow na rin. So, when you have a strong sense of you, who you are, and what you stand for, you most likely to be confident and decisive na rin in your actions and decisions, 'di ba? May mga times na ganon. And number three, be proactive. And sabi nga no, Oprah Winfrey, doing the best at this moment puts you in the best place for the next moment. Napakaganda naman ang quote na i-discuss natin sa number three. So, be proactive even if you're not uh, the one calling the shots. So, syempre, resisting passivity at all costs is crucial. And passivity is the tendency to sit back and wait for the others to make decision and take action rather than taking initiative and being proactive. So, while it can be tempting to take passive approach when working under someone else, so it can be detrimental your personal growth and development as a leader na rin. Yan, challenge and own. And do what today others won't. So tomorrow, you can do what others can't. Sabi ni Brian Rogers Loop. Alright. So challenge and own. You must choose to own what others looking to avoid. So this means being willing to take on challenges and syempre yung responsibilities that we have that others may want to deal with. So you must choose to own what others are looking to avoid. So this means being willing to take challenges and responsibilities that other may want to deal with. Okay. And care for people. Be empathic. And this one, sabi ni Lance Secretan, great leadership is about human experiences, not possess. Leadership is not formula or a program. It is a human activity that comes from the heart and considers the hearts of others. It's an attitude, not a routine. Okay. So, for this one's number 5, to be a natural leader. Ayan, natatakot ako sa cat ko. Medyo bababa ata siya sa phone ko. At dami ko kasing alagang cat sa bahay, guys. So, I'm a fur mom din kasi. Kaya medyo kala ko tatalon siya. Ayan. So, going back, to be a natural leader na rin, you must empathetic and care about the people you work with. So, maging sensitive din tayo sa mga kasama natin, lalo na kung ikaw ang leader. Tapos, may mga pusong mamon ka na employer. So, kailangan maging empathy din tayo or maging sensitive tayo sa mga feelings nila. Kasi, nanggaling ka rin dyan before bago ka maging leader, di ba? So, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings for others, and it's essential to effective leadership. So, by being empathetic, you can develop a deeper understanding, di ba, of the needs and experiences of others and can build stronger and more supportive relationships. Ganyan. Yan ang meron sa supervisor namin. Babrag ko lalakote kasi ganyan. Parang friends lang kami sa kanya, pero hindi namin ramdam na siya yung leader namin. So, para hindi mabigat sa workplace, medyo ka-vibes namin siya for do'n sa office namin. So, kung meron tayong mga gano'ng traits as a leader, 'di ba, mas maganda, mas nakaka-level natin yung energy ng mga coworkers natin. Hindi lang yung bossy ka, hindi lang yung dahil meron akong title, no. So, kailangan, um, i-vibes natin yung level din natin sa kanila para mas magaan yung trabahong gagawin nila kung may ipapagawa ka for them, 'di ba? Napakaganda naman ng title nito. Okay. So there's no magic formula to leading with you are not in charge. Instead, what is most important is having the right mindset and perspective. Then when you shift your perspective from thinking about how you want to lead in the future to look for opportunities to lead right now, you can truly learn how to make yourself and those around you better. Okay. So in this environment, leadership becomes increasingly, 'di ba? So a project or task successfully led with individuals without formal titles. Katulad namin, wala kaming titles pero maraming pinapagawa sa amin. Ganito, i-lead mo sila. Kapag wala ako, wala yung supervisor namin. Minsan ako yung ina-assign, babantayan mo sa ganito, ganyan. No, there's no problem with that. As long as you enjoy your job and then hindi mo mararamdaman yung challenges na or tasks or responsibilities that they assign to you. Kasi kung naturuan or meron ka talagang creativity side of a leader, so yan, lalabas at lalabas yan. Kahit wala yung supervisor, kusa natin gagawin yung mga responsibilities na yan. So matutuwa pa yung leader natin. So be confident. They have what's needed and be empowered to lead out. So we all have varied skills. Marami tayong skills na hindi natin nalalabas talaga. So kapag inassign tayo sa certain job or responsibility, may mga side tayong lalabas na, ay, meron pala akong ganito. So, many of which remain dormant because they are not just utilized. And by leading without authority, so meron tayong respective talents that solve problems and leaders or lead others towards solutions. Ayan. Sorry guys ha, parang manarinig tayong mga away-away ng pusa. Okay. As the saying goes, a rising tide lifts all boats, be that tide. By acting on this, you will be well on your way to achieving results and leading without a title. And if you're doing that, the title will likely come, but you never needed it anyway. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion, guys. And thank you for listening. And if you want to know about Inspiro, our profile, you can visit jobs. Ito yung link guys. https www.jobs180.inspiro. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Mommy Kai, for your discussion about leading without the title. All right. So, guys, if you have questions with Mommy Kai and the discussions, please do not forget to post it sa ating comment section. All right. Huwag kayong mahihiya. This is the right time to ask questions. Okay. So, Ma'am, here are the offline questions for you, po. What is the use of having a title if you can simply lead someone without a title?
Sorry, come again po.
Yes, po. What is the use of having a title if you can simply lead someone with a title, without a title?
All right. So, okay. Hold on lang, guys.
Mm-mm.
Can you simply lead, right po?
Yes, ma'am.
Without a
How can
title.
you, yes po. What is the use po of having a title kung pwede rin naman po kayong mag-lead ng walang title?
Ayan. Okay, so madali siyang sabihin, pero kailangan natin
Mm.
mag-appoint ng tao. Kasi kung wala tayong leader and walang mismong title for a certain leader, maraming nagtuturuan, 'di ba? Ikaw na lang maging leader, gawin mo na lang 'to. So, maraming puwedeng mangyari. So, kailangan mag-appoint pa rin talaga tayo ng leader for us to have a good flow of the jobs and responsibilities na meron tayo. Kasi madali lang sabihin na pwede rin naman walang title, magagawa mo siya as leader. O magagawa natin siya. Pero in some aspect, mahirap siya kapag walang leader or mismong title na leader na meron talaga naka-assign every day. 'Di ba? So I hope nasagot ko yung answer na
Thank you
question
so
na yun.
much, ma'am. Yes, but thank you so much. Mom, how do you think a title define us?
Alright, so how do we define? Okay, so yung title natin, hindi naman nade-define doon sa mismong title natin kasi nade-define tayo of how we will um, doing our job na rin sa mga coworkers natin. Kasi kung meron man tayong title, regardless na meron pa talagang possession, kung di mo naman nagagawa yung responsibilities mo with your um, dun sa mga tao mo. So, that's useless.
Thank you so much po. Follow-up question lang, ma'am. Is this title makes a difference naman po ba?
Okay, so meron mga differences kapag may title ka and then yung walang title. Siyempre, if you have a title, um, what do you call this one, mas magagawa mo yung effective ways of a leader. Pero kung wala naman din kasi, um, what do you call this one, magagawa mo rin naman siya, pero limit lang. Unlike doon sa meron ka talagang possession or title na inassign sa'yo, alam mo lahat na dapat gawin mo kasi that's the most important way and every day that you can do for your what do you call this one, yung mga tao mo. Kasi wala kang title, mas magagawa mo rin. Pero kailangan kung ano lang inassign sa atin. So, yun lang yung kailangan natin gawin. Unlike sa may title tayo dahil mas appointed tayo for that. Okay.
Mas may authority naman kapag may title.
Yes, yun.
Thank you so much po.
Authority and power.
Yes po. Yes, ma'am. Last question na lang po. For those applicants or students who are interested to apply with your company, what expectations they can get from your company po?
Alright, so set lang natin expectation guys. So since nasanay tayo sa virtual process, I just want to announce din na almost lahat na talaga ng process natin is work on site. Kasi may mga iba nag-expect na i-virtual process sila. Meron pa rin kaming virtual process, but yung virtual process namin through Zoom, sila lang din yung exempted for that. Pero kung tinawagan namin kayo right away and then kinonduct namin yung initial interview nyo through phone and then sinabi namin na kailangan on-site. Kailangan na rin po kasi on-site. Kasi all of the accounts that we have is pure work on-site. Wala nang work from home. Parang ayun na yung training nila kung kaya ba talagang mag-work on-site sa first process pa lang sa mga assessment para in the next couple of days, malalaman din kung active sila or kaya nila mag-on-site. Kaya pure on-site na yung mga process natin sa initial interview, assessment, final interview, and then yung mga job offer natin. Kailangan lahat nasa site sila.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Mikay. I think that will be the last question po. And thank you for sharing your knowledge to our audience. And we are looking forward po na to have you again po to our next set of webinars po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Mikay.
Thank you po, Miss Maria. Thank you guys. Have a great
Yes
one.
po. Have a great day, ma'am.
Bye.
Yes po. Yes, guys, if you do have questions regarding the topic, you may send us a message sa aming Facebook. And for more career opportunities with Inspiro, please do not forget to visit www.jobs180.com/Inspiro. Okay? We are now down to our last topic. Maximizing the best of both worlds, challenges and expectations of working in a hybrid setup. Ms. Yell has been in the industry for more than 10 years, handling different facets of HR. She started with outbound sourcing, then moved to end-to-end recruitment processing to facilities and employee relations to talent marketing, and now handling university partnerships and linkages. The Senior Associate Talent Attraction and Talent Acquisition from Ernst & Young Philippines, Ms. Mariel December Palomares. Good morning, Ms. Yell.
Hi, Maria. Nice to see you again.
Hi,
Good
ma'am.
morning,
Yes po, nice to
everyone.
see you again po.
It's a rainy morning, so I hope
Yes, ma'am,
everyone is
that's right
still
po.
awake. I know medyo bedweather today. So stretch tayo. This will be the last talk, right, for this
Yes, ma'am.
seminar, so for this webinar. Okay, so onti na lang, guys. So stretch muna. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So please allow me to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you see my screen right now?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is up, and I'll be right back after 20 minutes for your Q&A. Good luck, ma'am.
20
Yell.
minutes. Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So again, I'm Yel Palomares from Ernst and Young Global Delivery Services Philippines, or EY. We're located in McKinley in Taguig. If you're interested to be part of the team, okay, so I'm part of the campus recruitment. So we're the team who hires or who looks for fresh graduates or at least applicants with 0 to 1 year experience. Okay, so but before we go to that on how you can apply and be part of our team. So let's start first with our topic for this morning, maximizing the best of both worlds, challenges and expectations of working in a hybrid setup. I know you guys are very much aware of what a hybrid setup is. It's being talked about even a while ago with the previous speakers. So when we say hybrid setup, it's like half of it is a remote work or at least work from home, and the half of it is working on site. So that's what we call a hybrid setup. So our topics for today are challenges of a hybrid setup and what are the expectations in being in a hybrid setup. Because here, well, in EY, we are currently in a hybrid setup as well. So we are requested to report on site twice a week, two at least, yeah, 2 days in a week of our days of our choice. Normally, well, on our team, we vote on it. Which days of the week do we prefer to go on site? Okay, so at least there's an option to choose whichever day do you think will be best for you. So that's on our end. Of course, that's speaking just for EY, not for the rest of the companies or industries, because some has a fixed day already. So for us, what we do is we normally vote for it in our team, and of course, whoever like the days that won was Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, so because they're trying to avoid the traffic for those who work outside NCR during Fridays. Di ba kasi parang lumuluwas yung mga tao if some of us are from Pampanga, some of us from Cavite, Laguna, something like that. So it's quite traffic already when it's Friday. And some avoid, of course, the difficult a Monday blues, right? When you try to force yourself to to stand up and work and all. So that's why it's like in the middle of the week. So there. So anyway, first we're going to discuss about challenges of a hybrid setup. So first, one challenge is a lack of clear definition. Okay, so what's difference of work from home? What is the difference of remote working? Right? I think I'm not sure if you saw this on TikTok. I just saw it recently though. When we say work from home, you're literally working from home, like what I'm doing right now. I'm at home. Okay, so when they say remote working, so I can work at the beach as long as I have connection. Doesn't really specify that I need to be working from home. Why is it that some office clearly wanted people working from home and not just anywhere? Because sometimes there are work or roles, let's say, for example, like for my hubby, his work is he's an IT manager, so he's currently working from home. So that's why he's not really advised to go remote working, because sometimes if there's an emergency in the office, let's say the server is down or a computer doesn't work, and some of the IT people cannot do anything about it, he as the manager needs to suddenly go to work or check on it, something like that. So if you're working at the beach or you're working out of let's say in another country, some do that. Okay, some are open for remote working. You can work in Japan, in US or whatnot, as long as that your time is exactly the same as that of the Philippines, and you can really work well even though you're outside the country, then that's fine. Okay, but of course you need to make sure that there's a clear definition. Am I allowed to remotely work in La Union, for example, or am I just allowed to work from home? Because suddenly, if I'm requested to be reporting on site, I need to be there, something like that. So I need to make sure that that's clear. Okay, and next is lack of reliable data. Okay, so many leaders are interested, of course, in being data driven, meaning there should be numbers to prove. It's not a hearsay. It's not just, oh, this works for this company. It might work for us. So it doesn't work that way. So it should be that there's actual significant numbers or evidence that the hybrid setup is can really boost employees morale. It is really productive, right? As well as of course, we need to make sure that, especially for large companies, right, that the technologies can really provide data-driven answers to the question of how to make hybrid work. Because some it doesn't really, it's not really effective for all. So that's why in EY we have an option to go on site every day if you want to. Okay, so if you want to make sure that you have stable internet, you want like free air conditioning, right? Especially during the humid days. So you can work there Mondays to Fridays if you want. Okay, but of course it's not required. You're just required twice a week. Okay, so there, and too many opinions, right? So, um, lack of data leaves many leaders following the famous rule of, if you're familiar with Netscape, their former president is James Barksdale. So if we have data, let's look at the data. If we all have our opinions, let's go with mine. So meaning because if you don't have any data, of course the leaders' opinions will be the ones, or their decisions will be the ones that matter, right? So if there is, let's say, pros and cons of hybrid work, there should be like an actual data for it. Okay, so reasons to resist hybrid. So some think that it's not really working in terms of collaboration. Okay, so there's certain complexity because if you're in a certain role that needs planning, and exchanges of thoughts and all, sometimes I'm sure you have experienced that during a Zoom call or a Teams call, pag sabay-sabay kayo nagsasalita, right? It doesn't, you really cannot catch all the ideas being put out there, unlike if it's like a face-to-face kind of interaction. Even if, let's say, two or three persons are trying to say something, we're able to catch everything is clear, everything is, are being able to absorb those ideas on the get-go. So there, and it can't be avoided. So because especially right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, numbers are of COVID related incidents are again increasing, right? So it's being discussed that it cannot be avoided. Like, most companies are not really looking for a full-blown on-site type of work, but sticking to a hybrid setup just to make sure that lesser people will be contacting the disease again. So, but of course, there are certain expectations that is already present in a hybrid setup. Okay, so employees have a new worth it equation. Okay, so what does that mean? So based here, so this data and actual data, though the study was not conducted by Microsoft in the Philippines, but still these are actual data with numbers, so it's not an opinion. So the top five reasons employees quit right now, during, at least during the pandemic or post-pandemic somehow, is personal well-being or mental health, work-life balance, risk of getting COVID-19, lack of confidence in the management, and lack of flexible work hours or location. Okay, so unlike before, that people are really prioritizing more on promotion, um like that, it landed already in number 7, unlike before it's always on top 5, right? So there's already particularly parents, as indicated in the study. Okay, so they're more prioritizing, and they're more on the prioritization of health and well-being over work compared to previous decades, right? So there's people see, the importance of it, the of overall well-being nowadays compared to previous batches of workers. So And for younger employers, for I'm sorry, for younger employees, okay, so flexibility, mobility, and entrepreneurial freedom are non-negotiable already. Okay, so for Gen Zs, they're considering changing jobs in the year ahead versus some people overall. So they're considering a shift to hybrid work or at least remote work. Okay, and they're considering earning additional income outside their current employer. So they have side hustles already or thinking of other part-time work besides their current job. Okay, so since based on LinkedIn, I'm sure you're familiar with LinkedIn as well. Their data says that Gen Z is the most mobile generation on the platform. So they are already, they are willing to relocate. They're willing to do everything or do some adjustments. Okay, so flexibility really matters to them. Okay, and at the same time, top five aspects of work that employees view as very important for an employer to provide are: one, positive culture, mental health or well-being benefits, a sense of purpose or meaning, flexible work hours, and more than the standard 2 weeks of paid vacation time each year. So at least more than 14 days each year. So the difference is that for the Gen Zs, the top three priorities, they list positive feedback and recognition as their fourth, and ranking a manager who will help advance their career. So as you can see, depending if you're a millennial, a Gen Z, a baby boomer, it really, the worth it equation differs. Okay, so for the younger employees, they value positive feedback since, as of course, they're just new in the industry, in the company, so they value it for them to be able to grow themselves and their career, right? So what's the key takeaway for this? So meeting these new employee expectations will require a mindset shift. Okay, so meaning the best leaders will create a culture that embraces flexibility and prioritizes employee well-being compared to before. Usually the priorities of companies are just to make sure that their salary, their compensation, and benefits that they offer is still at par with other companies within the industry. But right now, they should have like a different mindset. Like they should think, how can we further help the people or ensure that the well-being or the mental health of the people are on top of our list? What are our other benefits that we can offer in terms of improving their careers, or leveling up what they're already like the skills that they already have. Okay, so for that company to be able to have a competitive advantage versus their versus other companies. Okay, so that's why we discussed the worth it equation. So because based on the study, these changes are already here and there's no going back. So people already shifted their priorities. They realize that being with their family is also important. Having time with their family, their pets, their friends, having time for themselves is equally important. So yan yung isa sa mga na-realize natin during the pandemic, right? So that's why there's a spike in the numbers of plantitos and plantitas, businesses in relation with pets thrive during the pandemic compared to pre-pandemic because people were able to notice their pets, right? They're able to notice that, oh, I think my pet needs this. I'm having fun with this, and of course for the parents, right? They were able to make more time with their kids and their husbands and wives. So there. Managers feel wedged between leadership and employee expectations. Okay, so um, meaning sometimes they're caught in a rut with choosing what's best for the company and what's versus what's best for the employees. Okay, so so you need to at least give them that certain benefit that they're trying their best. Their leaders, supervisors, managers, or whoever your um what they call this direct supervisor will be once you're already on board a certain company. That managers are a critical bridge. Okay, they're the bridge between the company or the higher authorities versus the employees. Okay, so So they need to check their policies. They need to check if everything, resources, trainings are enough. Okay. So, and at the same time, leaders need to make the office worth the commute. Okay. Because if you're going to commute twice a week or three times a week, or for those who are still on a once a week type of hybrid setup, then of course leaders must establish why, when, and how of the office. So since that's why in EY we vote it out so that everyone, kasi syempre if some will be reporting on Mondays, half of the team will be reporting on Tuesday. So um the actual goal, the goal to collaborate will be lost. Okay, mawawala yung sense that the reason behind them requesting for us to go to the office is to be able to support each other better, talk to each other, build relationships, right? So that's the reason why you need to make sure that masusulit ng employee yung travel time, especially if it's really like an hour or 2 hours worth of commute, or worse, 3 hours worth of commute, right? So flexible work doesn't have to mean always on. Okay, meaning it doesn't mean that you should always be online. So of course, like us, if my shift is, for example, my normal shift is 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it doesn't mean here in EY, what I love in EY is that they're not really strict. Like if it's 12, you should be taking your lunch at 12. So on our end, let's say if I don't want yet, I'm not yet hungry, don't want to take my lunch yet at 12. I want to take my lunch at 3 p.m. for example, and I don't have any commitment during that time. I don't have any meetings whatsoever. I can take my lunch during that time. Okay, they don't require that. Oh, you should be online at this time because it's not 12 noon. It's not like that. Okay, well, again, speaking from my experience in EY alone, not speaking for the rest of the companies out there. Okay, because I also experienced in my previous company, there's um, this company that I was a part of that we need to literally time in and time out, even during lunch breaks and even during our 15-minute break via Viber. Okay, so here in EY, it's not like that. So if you want to take a quick break, then you can, as long as you don't have any meeting, don't have any commitments, there's no urgent task. Okay, because here it's more on results based. So you just need to make sure that at the end of the day, all your tasks are done. Okay, so you of course are not allowed to suddenly say, "Oh, I'm not finished. I need to render 4 hours of OT or something." That's because you took like six breaks or eight breaks within the day. So you need to manage your time as well. Okay, though they're very understanding in terms of extending time if you really need it. But of course, in EY, we promote work life balance. Okay, so you need to make sure that as much as possible, you don't need to render overtimes. Though some employees prefer rendering overtimes for the extra income. So it depends on you. So there, if you're familiar with metaverse, because as in the previous slide it's indicated here that as you can see, it's really a huge percentage, 252% increase in weekly time spent in meetings for the average Teams user. This is Microsoft Teams user since February 2020. So it's 252%. It's really a huge increase, right? So I'm sure you guys can relate, whether it's Teams, Zoom, Google Meet, or whichever platform you're using. There's a really increase in the usage of that versus the pre-pandemic days. So as well as increase in chats. Okay, so it's already created a norm around being flexible to reduce time spent in meetings, right? So um, and besides the certain innovation, you need to, of course, be able to or open to welcome other innovation, like for example, the metaverse. Okay, so if you're familiar with it, so for let's say here, Gen Zs and yeah, 51% of Gen Z and 48% of millennials envision doing some of their work in the metaverse in the next 2 years. So you need to be, at least checking some technological updates here and there. Okay, and employees are open to representing themselves as an avatar in meetings in the next year. I was actually even able to experience this last year or 2 years ago during the pandemic that we attended several job fairs that I am represented by an avatar in the certain metaverse or in the certain platform that the school chose for them to um create this certain virtual job fair. So my avatar is just walking there, talking to applicants with their own avatars. Okay, so it's a bit different. Yeah, it's a bit very updated. But again, you need to be able to adapt to changes. Okay, and know what is metaverse actually, and or what is an avatar. Okay, so perhaps you can start with avatars because people are already using it, right? So I'm sure you're very young, and you're very, I'm sure, up to date with the technology, right? Compared to us, and to the baby boomers. So that's your advantage. Rebuilding social capital looks different in hybrid world. Okay, so again, hybrid employees say they're likely to go remote in the year ahead. Leaders say relationship building is greatest challenge in remote and hybrid work. Yeah, because you don't really see people, so it's really difficult to create relationships, right? So that's why the hybrid setup is created to prioritize time for relationship building to happen, because it's really difficult if you don't have extra support, especially you guys are going to be part of a certain company soon. um, then you need all the support that you can get, right? So there. So that's it for the hybrid setup. So for employment applications, please do check out our job opportunities via our Jobs 180 account, www.jobs180.com/EYGDS, or you can send us your resume link at campusrecruitmentph@gds.ey.com. Okay. Thank you so much. Back to you, Maria.
Thank you so much, Miss Yao, for sharing us what to expect now if you're working on a hybrid setup. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, if you have questions with Miss Yao on the topic, please do not forget to type it sa ating comment section. Okay. Yao, here are the offline questions po while waiting for their comments. Yes, but what is this one important skill that everyone should have if we are working in a hybrid setup?
Okay, one important skill. Oh, well,
Yes.
that's a good question because it's difficult because you need a lot of
Mm-mm.
skills to be able to
Skills.
survive the hybrid setup. But for me,
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course, it will still be being resilient. Okay, so you need to be resilient enough to be able to, take all the challenges, and if ever there are certain difficulties, you'll be able to stand up again and be versatile enough. Kasi minsan parang they said one of the challenges of hybrid setup is para daw nakaka-disorient na, ngayon bahay ako, bukas office, bahay. So, minsan parang naiba-iba na yung ano mo, yung outlook mo, yung mindset mo and all. So, nagkakaroon na ng minsan nagkakamali-mali ka na sa work. So, that's why you need to be as flexible as possible, and
Mm-mm.
be able to adapt. Ayun. So, siyempre sabi niyo isa lang, ang dami kong nasabi. So, you need to be able to adapt because it's difficult at first, but you'll be able to
Mm-mm.
enjoy it. Like for me personally, sa totoo lang, based on my experience as a mom, it's quite difficult working at home because I have three kids, I have a dog. So,
Mm-mm.
it creates another level of challenge compared to when you're at the office. Yeah, it's very pricey because you need to shell out cash for your transport allowance, for your gas, parking, whatsoever. But then again, there's this better focus kasi. At the same time, you will see in person yung office mates mo. There was this experiences na nakapag-resign na sila, hindi pa kayo nagkita in person. So, so yun. So, that's the ups and downs of it. So,
Thank you so much, Miss. Yeah, that's right po. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the factors naman that may we encounter if we are working on a hybrid setup?
factors, like challenges ba? Yun ba?
Yes po, like that, ma'am.
Mhm. So challenges would be ayun, if you ever you have a certain separate room in your house, then that will be better. Kasi you have it's enclosed, you can focus. Kasi ang kalaban talaga dyan normally is focus eh. You have like if not double, triple distraction when you're at home. 'di ba? Kasi your supervisor is not there, your manager is not there. You'll be able to let's say if you check out your phone, you might not notice that you thought 5 minutes ka pa lang nagsuscroll dyan dahil for sale, di mo napansin, 20 minutes na pala, 'di ba? Unlike if you're at the office, syempre, aware ka of your surroundings. You're worried enough that, oh, someone will see me. I need to focus here. I need to do this. My boss might, catch me doing this, watching episodes, ganyan. 'Di ba? Eh, sa bahay, if let's say your sister is watching TV or if they're watching something, napalingon ka and you're working in your living room, there's a huge tendency that you'll watch the show as well and then you forgot that you're working, something like that. Syempre, considered pa rin yung lost hour kasi bayad naman tayo every hour. It's just that lunch break lang tayo hindi bayad or during short breaks. But the rest of the time, you're being paid to work. So, yun yung challenge doon. And at the same time, right now the commute is better naman compared to the previous years. There are a lot of vehicles na. So I guess those are the usual challenges in a hybrid setup, besides the fact that yun nga medyo they said na nakaka-disorient kasi parang paiba-iba yung setup. But if you get used to it, it's a lot better than fully working from home. Again, speaking just for myself, kasi syempre iba mas gusto nila na 100% work from home kasi makakatipid naman talaga with transpo, with food and all. But the question is, are you really 100% productive if you're 100% working from home? So, kayo lang makasagot nun, 'di ba? So, there.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, follow-up questions lang po. How to stay focused naman po if you get distracted?
Ayan. So, for me, what I do is like, if I'm really working, like I'm doing something that needs laser sharp na focus talaga, I put away my phone a bit farther from me kasi yan talaga yung isa sa mga siguro kung top 3 distractions natin, phone yun eh. So yun. And we cannot use naman our laptops for going to different websites. So naka-auto block naman siya with our work laptop. So it's not a distraction already. But of course, in your personal PCs and your personal laptops or gadgets, you'll be able to go to YouTube or go check on TikTok or anything like that. So as much as possible, you need to avoid that. So if you caught yourself doing that, then if you need an accountability body, okay, let's say your sister, your father, your mother, or whoever is in the house, perhaps you can do that. Uy, if ever na mapansin mo akong nagsha-Shopee or naglalazada, pakikalabit naman ako. Sometimes that works. Especially if like us here at home, I have two students sometimes at my back when you see them. So sometimes, oh, naglalaro ka naman na naman. Ay, parang mag-ano naman or nagcha-chat ka na naman diyan. So sometimes you need din kasi someone to catch your attention. Or pero kung mag-isa ka lang sa house, talagang discipline mo is as much as possible ilayo mo. Like if ang distraction mo is snacks, may tendency ka na lumafang lang lumafang diyan ng chips or something. So, medyo lagyan mo ng time. Take a 5-minute break, then do your snack during that time rather than while working. So, talagang it depends kasi siya person by person. There's this one student that I interviewed, like a mock interview na there's a certain app, I forgot that certain app, na nandun sa computer niya that automatically shuts down the certain unwanted apps. And what she does is she daily changes her password, something like that, para kapag magla-login siya, for example YouTube, makakalimutan, hindi niya na maalala, tapos hindi niya na gagawin. So parang iba-iba talaga for per person kung paano mo ma-fight yung certain distraction. So discipline talaga is the key.
Yes, ma'am. It's a discipline. Thank you so much po, ma'am. Yeah, I think that will be my last question po. But thank you so much for taking your time and sharing your expertise po to our audience. And we are looking forward, ma'am, to have you again sa ating next set of webinars. Thank you so much
Thank
po.
you. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day, ma'am Yal. Yes, guys, there you have it po. For more career opportunities with Ernst and Young, please do not forget to visit www.jobs180.com/EYGDS. Thank you so much. So to our audience, thank you very much for staying and hope you learn and enjoy the session. If may tanong pa po kayo, please send us a message sa aming Facebook. It's facebook.com/jobs180 or email us at info@jobs180.com. Thank you so much. So there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. Okay, and do not forget to evaluate this event. Evaluation link is flashed on your screen and is also available at the comments section. All right, please do note that your evaluation will serve as your attendance for today's session. Okay, so we would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event. We hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. And we would like to thank San Mateo Municipal College for collaborating with Jobs 180. And we would like to thank also the following sponsors for being our corporate sponsors for this event. Please do not forget to watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for, and please check our Facebook page for the topics we will be discussed, and you are welcome to join in on those sessions too. So the program has finally concluded, and this is everyone. Ingat po.